So, welcome to Of Nights and Nats. When last we met, the party exchanged words in the aftermath of a duel within the spires of Agravorn's Eyrie. The tiefling woman, wielding Bimbley's blade after he had fallen, said that she had been a part of Bimbley from the start, and was able to prove so enough that the party took her on as one of their own. In the meanwhile, Seth explained that he had been infected with the ectoplasmogenesis plague, and that he was dying, and he had been told that his only recourse would be to travel downward through the spire that they were in the mountain, to find a pool at the bottom in a temple of Mask. Despite being told that it was in a temple of Mask, he still jumped into every pool of blood and viscera on the way down, but he was finally successful at the end. The party decided it would be best to see this through, and headed down through a trapdoor that Drea, the new party member that tiefling woman, conveniently knew of. Meanwhile, Drea worked to convince Amara and Castor, two individuals she knew from her past, to take Bimbley's body back down to safety of the city below and away from the carnage of the banquet hall, strewn with the corpses, mostly from the party, but not entirely. Drea went upward after, and she directed the party to head down, and she investigated a room that was tied to her past. And in that room, she gathered some armor, investigated some things, and grabbed some pallid moss from the rafters above, and then departed below. As Drea met back with the party, Seth jumped into the dark pit without looking and fell 60 feet. Ren looked out the window, meanwhile, as the party basically ignored Seth's antics. And Ren was able to discern that at the bottom of the city, down through the mists and the clouds, from all the way from the area above, that the gates had been broken open by some massive creature that has been harassing the city for days. The party knows this to be the Sibriex, the massive bile and blood formed creature that has been causing them much woe. So, seeing that, Ren let the party know that at the bottom of the city, the Sibriex had crashed inward and also potentially had lit some buildings on fire or caused some havoc, and there was a little bit of chaos unfolding below. The party then descended. The following chambers appeared to be silos for growing pallid moss that the Glazier family had been using for some unknown reason. Vents and pools of blood from sacrificed hanging creatures were used as fuel, and the party was able to overcome some various challenges. Some dragons made of mist that were deteriorating and splashing them with acid, and some other various, mostly gravity, I think, was really a big problem, especially for Seth. And you finally made it down to the bottom of the tower. You succeeded and limped down into this final chamber where a pool awaited you, and atop the pool was a humanoid figure. He called out to the party and asked them to leave. However, when they approached the pool, he summoned visions before them that attempted to stall their approach with fear and fire. The party had been warned of the presence of a Dumai, a fallen angel creature known as Terrorburn, and this appeared to be him. Kevin saw his bear friends and Goodberries impaled and burning. Thok saw past acquaintances impaled and burning. Drea saw Castor and Amara impaled and burning. Ren saw Brock and Lily impaled and burning. And Seth saw his father and Tef impaled and burning. Each of them also had messages whispered to them by this Dumai Terrorburn. However, if you want to know what they are, you'll have to go back to the last episode on YouTube. So, the party was still able to approach the waters. Seth managed to be dropped by Kevin in bear form, face first into the waters while he was unconscious, and he did appear to be restored to full health, and he was able to stand up. And as Drea experienced her fear, failing her saving throw against the images that were sort of projected toward her from Terrorburn, there was a chorus of wailing from something behind the large mask that was behind the pool, affixed to the wall. So, without further ado, we will not have a narrative tonight. We're just going to jump right in. The cavern walls I'm sorry, the cavern falls silent, and the image of Terrorburn flickers and fades out above the waters. As Seth is restored, the trickling waters from the mask hanging on the wall behind the pool in the cavern cease. What would the party like to do?
I want to hop in the water too.
Okay.
Same.
All right.
Yep.
Pool party.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Everyone comes splashing into the pool. I should have picked more fun music for this. I mean, I still can't. No, serious moment. Arc finale. Okay. As you all enter the waters, you can feel the refreshing energies just wash over you. You do feel completely restored. However, I would like you all to make a perception check. And you may all adjust your stat sheets as though you had taken a long rest.
19
Restoring
for
18.
19 for Kev.
18.
Okay. Okay.
9.
I may or may not have gotten in that one.
Okay. Drea enters the pool and just falls face first into the waters. If you recall, Drea was petrified in stone wearing a very blood sticky dress. She just wants to get clean right now, so not paying much attention. But Kevin and Ren, you two in particular, note that the waters appear to shorten as you step in. The healing energies washing over your bodies appears to slowly deplete the pool. So the water just starts to settle down. And as you recall, I did state in the description that the waters pouring from the mask have stopped. So just something to bear in mind. All right.
We can't just abuse this mechanic, is what I'm hearing from that. And we have that magic pool we can always just go to, right? And we get a teleport spell. Free long rest.
Can I sense any kind of residue from the image of Terrorburn lingering around here at all?
You can make an Arcana check if you would like. So if you'll recall, Ren, from last session, there was a group of outcropping stones in the pool toward the back, and he was atop one of those. So are you sort of like climbing up, clambering up, and then looking around?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little scared, but also curious. So, kind of using physical eyes, but also more just a sense of the weave and the magical energy of this place. 16 was the roll.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a trace of magic. However, without a detect magic spell, you can't pinpoint exactly where it's coming from.
Okay.
But you would assume, actually, I'm going to treat this as like an investigation / Arcana. And I'll say that you do discern, like you can kick some slick moss, normal moss, not pallid, off of the sides of the rock. And you do see like small etched runes of the Mayan language. Something that looks like it's just like a rune that was placed to display this when someone came in.
Okay. Got it.
Can I compare the runes on my hand to the ones in the pool?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
So Drea clambers up beside you.
17.
Okay. It's definitely the same language, Drea, but not the same word.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I check the mask to see why the water's not flowing anymore?
You may. Would you like to make an investigation check for me, Seth?
Or
Seth
Nah.
the liar.
thanks.
You're welcome.
17.
17. All right. I actually set a DC for this, so. Okay. You note that the mask, despite it being mostly featureless, there is a very thin slit that runs across where a mouth would be. And you note that there's this one segment that's just small enough for a sword to slide into.
All right. I'll turn around and relay the party. Like, I think there's a blockage in the passageway for the water to flow. I need a sword. Sword, anyone?
I only have
Hands her
this
sword behind your
quarterstaff.
That won't fit. I need a sword. Andre, a sword.
Andre? Who is Andre?
Drea.
don't think I would like to risk my livelihood, so you can unclog a fountain.
Apparently, well, obviously this fountain's very magical. It makes me feel good. Makes
Yeah,
feel
so
good.
is my sword. I like living.
I don't think you're gonna have an issue with living or dying. And even if you do die, the waters will bring you back. I promise.
I do not trust a single syllable that comes from your mouth. I'm sorry, Seth. You're no.
Fine, I'll just do this myself. I'll take my dagger out and I'll jam it in there, see if I can unblock the.
The dagger definitely fits, but
doesn't
you
reach.
feel like it doesn't go deep enough.
And I'll take it out. See, I'm alive. Look.
Can I? I want to summon my long sword and give it to him.
Okay. You may
Alright.
do so.
Yeah.
So
I'll
a
just-
blade snaps into Drea's hand and she spins it around and gives it to you.
How'd you do that?
Summoning the swords. I bound it to myself, sort of. It's like it's beyond me. I go like this and I think, and it comes. It's
Boring.
That's just
I'll jam the sword in.
amazing.
All right. So while the two of you are discussing eldritch capabilities, Seth walks away and just rams the blade into the. Make a strength check for me, Seth.
Sure. That is a 12.
Okay, you managed to press the blade in up to the hilt. However, you feel it hit something like halfway through. The blade goes about halfway, and then it clangs against something like you missed a second insertion point deeper in. But nothing seems to happen. You get the feeling that you could simply shatter the mask if you like.
Yeah. All right. Everyone out of the pool, stand back. Something's about to happen. Might be good, might be bad. And I will cast something that hurt. You know what? I'll cast catapult. That's the only thing I really have.
What are you catapulting into the mask?
Water.
Half of the healing water is wasted.
Is there any like loose rocks anywhere?
Sure, yeah, up on like some of those outcroppings or around the base of
Okay.
the cavern.
Yeah, I'll just do that then.
Okay. So you guys see Seth walk over and then begin to chant something. Some rocks lift off the ground and then soar into the mask, shattering it into many fragments of. It kind of looks like plaster almost. It's not, but it's brittle. And behind the mask, in a natural shelf-like cavern, there is something you all recognize. The bowl of creation that you once lost resides in this cavern. Beneath it, a solid frozen tower of ectoplasm appears to have pressed the bowl up a natural cavern and frozen it here. The water appeared to have been flowing out of it. The bowl itself is filled with water. Beside the bowl on the ground in the cavern are all of the plants that ran through into the bowl, and they are growing out of the ectoplasm. They're growing out of the natural cavern stone. It's just abundant and unbridled growth in places that should be impossible. And of course, you can sort of see into the ectoplasm that's frozen. It's that almost clearish jelly-like substance, however it is hardened. But you can't make anything out from within it.
How big is the bowl?
It's about 10 feet tall and maybe 10 feet wide. It's very large, like you couldn't pick it up and walk away with it. And of course, there are the glyphs encircling the bowl. Would you like me to go over them again?
Yes, please.
Okay. The first one that's actually facing the party, that would be facing the mask if you had. Never mind. Is a brazier with fire and a group of men interacting with a sword that is glowing, and they are pressing it into what looks to be that brazier or furnace. And of course, as I said before, you can't tell if they are putting it in or pulling it out. Around the other side, if you just walk clockwise, you see, in no particular order, there is a humanoid figure with wings and a blade of darkness descending upon a mountain. A darkness alit with an X, where the lines meet in the middle, there is a circle. And the final rune is a circle around a child with a snake wrapped around his right arm.
Ben.
Kevin doesn't know nothing about that, but Ben feels like he knows something about that and is looking at Scott, not Seth, with judgmental eyes.
Can I make a history check? I remember in pre-campaign when we had run into this, I want to see if Thok and myself can remember what our objective with I remember there were 4 of these that we were supposed to run into. I just want to see if I can remember what the objective with it was.
Sure, you can make a history check.
10.
10. I'm not entirely sure that Thok would even have really a concrete objective from this. You all committed the glyphs to memory. It's one of those things as players is important, but you're not exactly sure how it'll come up.
Okay.
But you do remember that Krevezin was there, the Mind Flayer, and that he jumped off behind the bowl as he followed it down. It slid off the ravine into a deep chasm and then was pulled away by ectoplasm.
So the 4 must be satisfied to heal.
The human figure with wings, does that look familiar at all yet?
It's essentially a silhouette, but you have seen now 2 figures with wings like that. However, one of them had tangible wings and one of them had broken, mangled wings.
Okay.
Can I collect a sample of some of the herbs here? Some of the ones that I had tossed in?
Sure.
Just to get some fresh cuttings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. So Ren busies himself around the bowl and just clips some things. Ren, as you're doing so, could you make a perception check for me?
Mm-hmm. That's a 4.
Never mind.
Hey guys, I left something really important back there through this steaming hot area with the platforms. It's my rope, and I really need to get it back.
I'll come with
Can
you.
we do that?
I think I can manage.
Ren, isn't there a series of words written on that rope? Do you remember
Yes. Oh, I know what they are.
what they are? Okay.
Do not lose. That's why I'm going back to my rope.
Okay. I love it.
Oh boy. Can we
I
get?
think you've literally used the command word over and over to direct it to you. So you don't have to.
I wonder if I have to be in a
into it.
certain range.
Yeah. So, really, realistically, you can head back up the natural cavern stairs back to the entrance to that hot room. And of course, if you left the sort of manhole cover open, you can feel the heat just pouring down. It is significantly less hot. However, it is still very, very warm. I will need a constitution check as you rush through this room with those 9 pillars. And then you're basically running to the middle, crawling up the middlemost pillar, looking up and uttering the command word to get the rope to unfurl itself and travel down to.
Okay. 18.
Okay,
Ooh.
yeah, you're fine. The heat doesn't even bother you. Hold your breath the whole time. You utter the command words like bada bing, bada boom.
Say happy
now on.
baby something.
Why did I make that noise? I don't know.
I
You're
know.
welcome.
It's just
It's a good one.
It's what came to your heart, Gabe. You just have to listen to your heart sometimes.
That's it. Nope. All right, and you come back to the natural cavern, heading back down the stairs, and you're perfectly fine. If you would like, you can of course go up into those rooms and sort of investigate. If you want to try and collect like some semblance of the viscera of the creature that you slew or anything like that. But that's up to you.
I mean, if there's, I'm in this far. I got one Constitution check.
If there's viscera to collect, I'ma collect it.
I mean, it's you slew the missing creature. I just want to encourage you to always feel like you can gather things, scavenge.
Well, especially after I slung some pallid moss to an arrow through it. I want a little trophy from that experience.
Okay. Would you like to collect the arrow? It's like sticking out of the wall with some moss hanging off of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So you collect the arrow, and on the arrow there is, like, at the tip of it, clinging to the moss, like the filaments and strand of the moss, there's some of that bits of what look to be mist. It has, like, a cotton candy-esque feel to it, kind of like a crystallized cobwebbiness.
Okay.
Okay.
And can I look at the creature briefly? Is it in physical form?
No, it's been dispersed, but you can see like a blast of, I don't want to say shadow, but it looks like streaks of ash, as though there was like a fire that had burned in that little spot, but it got blown out very suddenly and powerfully. But it's
cool.
Red and not black. You could scrape up some gook.
Nah, I'm headed out.
Nah. All right, very good. You return to the cavern. Your party is having a day in the pool. Would anyone else like to do anything with the bowl? You know for a fact what it does, so...
It duplicates anything you put in it. No, just kidding.
Can I use Flame Blade and try to, like, un-ice it? You said it was, like, solid or iced up or something.
Ectoplasm was...
Yeah, the ectoplasm underneath the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you ignite your blade. It washes over the urn. You see the forge men on the front, and then the ectoplasm below, and it casts some light into it. You do just maybe run the blade, or are you just straight up like attacking it? Tell me how you're going about that.
I'll test it first, just kind of run over, see if the heat does anything, and if not, then I'll just straight jam it.
Okay, make an attack roll and a perception check.
Oh, okay. 17 to hit.
Okay, that'll definitely hit.
Okay, and then you wanted perception?
Yeah. Look at me like I'm crazy.
6.
All right, never mind.
Hmm.
You feel the blade bite into the ectoplasm. The green flames wash over it briefly, illuminating the insides. But it doesn't really seem to have a great effect. You think you could melt it if you had like a couple days. Like it's real solid. I will say you can also make a history check if you'd like. You have seen this effect once before.
Yeah, sure. 17.
Okay. You recall when the party was heading towards Gloamlight in the Gloaming, our equivalent of the Underdark, that there was a river of ectoplasm that you suspect the Bowl of Creation was on. And it headed through a very narrow passageway that you initially couldn't get through. And finally you were able to cross it because it had been frozen. And shortly after, you ran into the Dumai Gilded Frost. That is not mere word association.
I'm just gonna relay that to the party. Hey guys, don't you remember down in the underground we crossed the frozen gooey thing, right? To get out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Frozen gooey thing.
Hey, there's
Another
frozen
one
gooey
here.
things here.
Yeah, that's good job, Kevin. That is what. Yes.
I figured it out.
So do you think this is a passage back to Gloamlight?
I think that Gilded Frost man may have been here. For what
Great.
reason, I don't know. Has anybody... We haven't heard of him since, right?
I have.
You have been in contact with a Jumai who swore himself to be our enemy?
I wouldn't say I was contacted. It was more of he took the boy away from me.
Boy.
Huh?
What?
Tef is with him.
You
Lost him.
How?
Oh, well, we were in the maze and having a good time. I was talking to him for a bit, and Gilded Frost showed up.
What maze?
When did
There's-
this happen?
All right. Just relax. Let me spin you a yarn. I met him at the Temple of Mask, and we were out in the hedge maze in front of the building. And as we were walking around, Gilded Frost showed up, knocked me unconscious, and took the boy.
wait. This doesn't make sense. You have been exactly 2 places, one of which you lied about. Supposedly to go see.
I was
Hey there.
misdirected because there was an attack on the city, and I was by myself.
Hmm.
I don't know if you noticed, but I die a lot
So you were with Tef?
for a bit.
Why have you been letting us make plans that involve the power of the boy? If you know he is gone and possibly dead?
Because I was sick.
Because I'm a dick. Whatever.
Sickness. I'm gonna.
I misspelled.
Can I insight check this guy?
Yes.
No, never
Scott,
mind.
make a
This
deception check.
guy. You're
This
not even in
guy.
the party anymore, Scott.
Oh.
This guy.
Scott, you win. I rolled a 4.
Okay, yeah, I rolled an 18, so I had 25.
I will say that you do buy the deception, although something about his story does not sit well with you.
Look,
I
I'm
just get a
sorry.
feeling like
He's really powerful. He just took him away from me. And next thing I know, I woke back up in the Temple of Mask and he was gone.
man, that Tef boy though, he just seems to survive. I don't know.
Did
So he's gone forever?
I'm sure he's with Gilded Frost somewhere, and I'm sure we'll run into him eventually. I just need my homies to back me up. Know what I mean?
the one person who could activate runes and you let him be snatched by a winged Dumai. Okay,
It was an
well,
accident. I'm sorry.
you don't accidentally not fight the big thing.
Why are you so mean to me?
I'm mean to everyone.
But
Gilded Frost is gonna just
Except
use
for
him as a
Kevin.
weapon.
What was that, Ren?
Gilded Frost is just gonna use him as a weapon now.
That would seem
Sure.
likely.
But we can take this as his trail. Maybe we could catch up with him before he does so.
What's the trail from here?
Well, he's been here. I don't know where to. Kevin's good at tracking. I'm sure he can do something. I guess. I don't know.
Kevin, would you like to make a survival or perception check
I guess
in the
I'm
area?
gonna try. Yeah. I'll make a.
Are you doing this as a bear with smell, or are you doing
No,
this as Kevin
when
with
we
eyeballs?
I came out of the. I should, but I came out of the bear form when I got in the pool.
Okay.
If you wanna say that I still have my perception of smell from my.
No.
Yeah, I
You
figured.
do have your wild shapes back, but
Yeah, 15.
okay. So with a 15, you do notice that there is something interesting about the ectoplasm. You notice a dim figure within. It almost looks like a silhouette of a humanoid
inside
in
of
the
it.
ectoplasm. Yeah, frozen inside of it.
There's a figure that's dim in the thing. I see it, kind of. Not really, but I do. I think
What do you see?
it's like kind of like a figure, but also just that.
Can I get closer to get a better look?
Sure. If I haven't asked you to make a perception check, you are free to do so. Or investigation, because some of you have and some of you haven't.
Yeah, it's a no.
Okay.
Can I put some spoons, some silver runic spoons in the bowl of creation?
Sure. You just
Okay.
chuck some spoons into it.
Yeah.
You alright? You hear him clatter down into the bottom.
Give me one of those. I stick it into the ectoplasm instead.
You stick the spoon into the ectoplasm?
Yep.
Okay, nothing happens.
Oh, that was anticlimactic.
I know, I'm sorry.
Good experiment, though. I encourage experimentation.
I do too.
Kevin will
Please.
also stick his spoon in the ectoplasm.
Okay.
Because he saw,
the two of you are.
he saw Thok do it, and he's like, I'm helping. Kevin's helping.
Yeah. The two of you are
I'll
trying
go
to
get my
like,
spoons out.
Yeah, the spoons did not get duplicated, Bryce.
Okay. If I have like a flask for some water, can I scoop up some of this healing water?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Sure.
I will also do the same.
Okay.
Gabe,
Yes.
if Kevin produces some good berries, can he make the good berries and then step back into the water and get that spell slot back?
Sure.
Okay, I'll make a fresh batch of good berries, and then I'll step back in the water.
Okay. When you do that, you note the water levels sink just a little bit more.
Figured.
Kevin, can I have one of those good berries?
Yes. Kevin goes and gives a
Can
good
I-
berry to everybody but Seth.
Can I put the good berry in the bowl of creation?
You may. It does duplicate it.
Does it grow a good berry tree?
Yes, it does. A small shrub of good berries.
A little berry bush.
Kevin, when you lay eyes on it, you see it burning and impaled.
Oh God.
It was from your vision.
Right.
But no, it is fine. But
Okay.
you don't think that you can plant this bush? Please don't. I can't.
No.
I can't break the game.
we just walk around with a permanent supply of
Can I
good berries.
take a handful of good berries, like 5 of them?
Sure. Yeah.
That's
They only last
Drea,
a day before they go bad,
Yeah.
so.
that's
Drea, did I cut you off?
No. But I will do the same as Thok, and then I'm gonna turn to Ren and say, you short one, it might be a good idea to throw the moss into the bowl. If we get more, everybody has a handful, considering that when we threw it in the mists, it kind of just...
Yes, great idea. I'll pull out my bag of herbing and sort through it and grab a chunk and put some in.
Okay. Yeah, it does duplicate it. And you can
Drea's-
repeat the process a few times.
Drea's gonna watch
Okay.
it and then just yell offhand comment over her shoulder. Hey guys, do you think we can make ghillie suits with these? You know, the ones where they hide in bushes?
I have set a few ambushes and such camouflage.
An ambush.
Yes.
You
I
are
think we might need as much of this as we can. Here, everyone, come grab some of this.
Did anyone try putting the water into the bowl?
It was filled with water.
Right.
You know, is it
The water
cold?
level is going down though.
There's no longer cold
Oh.
in it. It was just water.
Oh, okay.
However, you do think that everything organic that you put into it, it does appear to reproduce.
Careful with that word. There's a lot of organic things.
Oh, I thought you meant reproduce.
Oh, no.
Okay, everybody throw Kevin into the bowl, and then we can get about 7 different Kevins.
It's a lot of bears.
Bear army.
If you recall, a player had once already jumped in,
Yeah, when Scott
Mhm.
said that.
Yeah.
and you have seen a silhouette. Anyway, a large boom rocks across the room, coming from the curtained stone wall with a small alcove that is cut into the chamber beyond. Everyone who has been in the Temple of Mask knows that that is the curtain wall at the far end of the temple. Now, you hear something roar into the chamber itself. you know that you do not have much time left.
I was like, is it Big Kevin? But he's gone.
I was just thinking about the fact that the Sibriex broke into city walls. When we leave here, we've got to be pretty careful. I'm not sure much of any place is safe besides the area which we came from.
I think.
Are you guys all ready?
Yes.
What are we going to do?
Seth, your wish to live and wish at the same time to die is concerning.
What can I tell you? I live life on the edge.
Well, I suppose that happens when you once deceived yourself into thinking you were immortal.
At this point, I think I might be again, but who knows?
Well, of course, you get healed.
I saw.
This is it.
I saw just a fraction of the void when we were in the heat room. It is.
Anyway, let me get some of that pellet moss here, and I start to adorn my war pick with it, then put a little bit on my armor for good measure.
Okay.
How many
And shield.
How many spoons each do we have?
Uno spoon.
I don't know.
I think we
I
should
was
have
under the
8.
Can we
impression
each
about
have
one,
Just one.
One spoon.
Okay.
but you do each have one, I believe.
All right. I'm going to wrap some pallet moss around the spoon, and then the remainder I'm just going to throw in my bag.
Okay. What are you doing with the spoons? Are you tucking them away? Are you brandishing them in an offhand? Are you pinning them to your breastplates?
Can I pin one to the shield?
Sure. I don't see why not.
I'm gonna pin one to some of my clothes, just kind of fold it up, kind of somewhere around here.
Pull one out like a really cheesy Harry Potter.
Wingardium Spooniosa.
Just stick it to your nose. Exactly.
Remember, guys, it's a possibility the Sibriex is repulsed by emotion. So maybe worth taking some time to recall some emotionally charged memories. I don't know what difference that will do, but have them available.
That's my secret, Ren. I'm always angry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just a fountain of emotion.
Yes, I can see that.
Can I try and do a small mini experiment and not waste any time on it? I'm just gonna go a little still to the party, and Dre's just gonna be staring sort of at her sword. I did take my spoon and tie it to the end of the hilt of the sword with the pallid moss, but I want to think angry thoughts.
All right. When Drea thinks angry thoughts, describe them to me. What angry thoughts?
I would say
narrative to draw on, so.
Yeah, I would say definitely narrative based on Caster and her past, and I would say more internal emotions based on her current state of being.
Okay. When Drea in particular thinks of these conjured up angry emotions, her blood begins to boil. The runes on the blade turn red, a fiery hue, and the pallid moss begins to sing with an angry hiss.
Oh shoot.
Do I notice this?
Yeah, everyone can see it. Anyone else that focuses on their anger, you can get a little bit out of it, but not as much, and you're not entirely certain why. Although it was kind of revealed in the narratives, your characters may not know.
Okay.
How did you produce such an effect?
I am nothing but pure emotion. Anger.
Oh, we're fully aware.
I thought she was gonna say she's just thinking about Seth and just like the air lights on fire and
It
Drea,
is closest. Sorry, go ahead.
If we make it through this, I hope to sit down at a fire and hear your whole story.
Perhaps one day, small man.
Well, I can say one thing. if she can charge the spoons, I have no use for mine. I'll just give her to her.
Wait, was it the spoon? The spoon wasn't hissing, it was the moss, right?
Yeah, but wasn't the spoon more reactive, or was it the moss more
blade,
reactive?
her sword
No.
was.
Never mind.
I keep my spoon to myself.
Here, take this. Yoink, never mind. Just kidding.
I'm sure anybody watching this right now is so confused why we care about these spoons at all.
Moss. Spoons and moss. You know, it was a complete ever. Anyway, DMing joys. Okay.
Can I go toward the place where I heard the sound from?
You may. Yeah. So the stone wall just looks like a curtain, like it's been formed almost probably with magic, you know, or master craftsman. It looks almost just like curtains. But there is a small outline, and you can actually push the door inward, and you can see like it was from the other end. It would have been completely seamless. You can see why people weren't able to open it. It was sealed from that side, but not from this. So you push it open. It's just this thick slab of stone, and you enter into the Temple of Mask from behind. You can see that there is crowds of people crouched along the walls. All of the furniture has been moved away from the center of the room. You were behind that dais/pulpit. That would have been at the far end, and at the very far end from where you're standing, the entrance of the temple, there are the massive obsidian doors, and they shake with a boom as something rams into it, and you can see dust falling. You do see, standing on the dais, the drow, Teresa Saffron. She stands with a staff in hand, and she whips her head back and looks at you, and she says, "Thank God. Thank the gods, rather." Whoops.
Teresa, what's going on?
The Sibriex, it comes. You made it just in time. I was hoping that Seth would not fail. She begins to instantly just rush up and grab refugees and pull them back towards the door that has just opened up. And then a boom slams again, rocking through the chamber, making all the inhabitants of the temple yelp and shudder with fear. A voice creeps through the door, rattling along the pews, scattering the few left brave enough to stand. And it says,
"The lords of the four furnaces have begun their cleansing ritual. When this door opens, the tainted morn will be upon you. You shall be liberated of your flesh and will. Freedom at long last. Freedom as I have found."
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Yes, I don't either, considering you mentioned tainted morn. So perhaps Tatiamona did summon this creature. There will be words if we make it through this.
You have moments to prepare. The great booming continues to rock against the monstrous temple doors rhythmically as the creature tries to gain access.
Is it dark in here?
Not too dark. There are torches lining the walls.
Okay.
The ceilings are very tall. It's very cathedral-like. Mostly it's open space. Maybe like 80 by 80, probably a little bit more. You have the dais right in front of you, and that's really the only thing in the center of the room. The groups of people, refugees, are being pulled through. Some people do opt to stay in the chamber and stand against the tyranny of the monster.
Can I kind of like approach the front line, and as I'm walking, just kind of like rattle my warpick off the shield, just kind of like a drum beat?
Yeah. Make a performance check for me.
Oh, please be good.
No.
That's what I'm for asking.
Oh my gosh.
Thok moves to the front line, bashing your war pick off of your shield in rhythm. Your spoon falls off the shield and clatters to the floor, and you have to kneel down, put your war pick down, pick up the spoon, and reaffix it. The refugees sort of inch backward a little bit, not as sure of themselves as a moment ago.
My spoon!
My lucky spoon!
Oh no.
Off to a good start.
Yep.
Well, you got that one out of there, right? You gotta clear the queue.
That's how dice works.
Yep.
Among the refugees that you take note of, one is Sergeant Caden. He's brandishing a warhammer. and he looks angry for various reasons you all understand. But he hasn't taken note of Seth. I don't know what Seth's doing at the moment. There is also Terrence Stillings. And Terrence is standing there clutching a briefcase to his chest. A briefcase full of what's rattling metals sounds. If anyone would like to interact with any of them, you can. Otherwise, they will simply assist in the combat. And Sigmund Ashcroft is there. And you actually see in the corner of the room now that there is an overturned wagon that has been pulled up against the walls, and there is a series of barrels in the back of it.
I look over to Sigmund. So, what's the plan here?
Whatever comes through, we kill. I don't know. Pulls out a scimitar.
I see the overturned wagon, some traps.
We can try setting traps. What did you have in mind?
No, I thought you might have laid some of the cargo you had.
No, we hadn't. Is it some sort of worthy caltrop?
I think the moss might be useful. Do you have any on you?
Yeah, well, the wagon's full of it, but I mean, it's just moss. Valuable to the Glazier family, but...
Oh, it's more than that. Adorn it on your blade. And get angry.
I'll do my best.
Can I grab as much moss as I can carry and just start spreading it over the floor closest to the door?
Sure. Yeah.
Want to help out?
Okay. The two of you just rush over to the barrels and start like overturning them and spewing what you have correctly assumed to be the pallet moss from within all across the floor. Okay.
What's the guy with the spoon's name?
Terrence Stillings. He is a gnome.
Okay.
You can hear the spoon shaking.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor first, and then I'm gonna go to him and be like, "I need the spoons."
Make a persuasion check, and it's more to just get through to Terrence. Terrence looks terrified. He's literally quaking. You can hear the spoons rattling inside the briefcase.
14.
Okay. Terrence says, well, all right. Yeah, just let me keep one.
Fine.
Okay,
I'll
he grabs
take the
one.
spoon.
Okay, you've got 20 spoons now.
All right. I'm gonna take them back to where we came from. I guess where Teresa is. Say, I will catapult these spoons at the beast as soon as he comes in, and I guess I'll just ready it as an action.
Okay, very good. Would anyone else like to ready an action?
You said it got 20, right?
Yeah, you have 20 spoons, but if you're catapulting them, you'll probably have to catapult, like, I'll say 10 at a time.
All right.
So you have 2 salvos of spoons.
Gotcha.
I look to Caden. Caden, the same thing that I had told Sigmund goes for you as well. I would put some of that moss on your hammer and try to get angry. Angrier than you already are.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. And he does the same. And he glares at Seth.
There will be a time for reckoning, I am sure.
Very well.
Keep up that spirit, Caden.
Did you actually yell that at him?
Yeah.
Okay. Very well.
Can I cast a minor illusion to make it like mimic the same type of wailing that we heard from the Pallid Moss in this chamber?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think I will check with everybody. Like, should I get Big Kevin?
Oh yeah.
Most likely, yes.
Okay. And I will cast summon, or what is it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Big Kevin. I'm gonna conjure animals, and I will summon Big Kevin.
Okay.
And I will.
Can I cover Big Kevin in moss?
You may.
I'll go up to Big Kevin and go, okay, Big Kevin, a big goopy thing's gonna come through. We need to make it dead real good.
Big Kevin looks down at you and he roars, going, "Ah!" But at the same time, you hear a voice in your mind that says, "Let's fuck him up."
Cool. And then little Kevin will say, okay, I'm going to be medium Kevin now. And we'll wild shape into a big bear.
Where are you positioning Big Kevin?
Big Kevin will be he will be 30 feet away from the door.
Okay.
For no
Very well.
particular reason.
This be moss, even though they're trees. Okay.
Well, this is getting exciting.
Okay.
Me too.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Any last words?
Good luck.
Is there a way for me to affix a spoon as a bear?
To yourself?
Can I like have it?
Yeah, we'll say a party member could like braid it into your hair.
Yeah, I'll tie it onto him.
Very good.
If things go sideways, the exit's right behind us, and we know he can't fit through there, at least for now. So, that's our backup plan.
He is made of goo. He could probably squish through.
Well, safer than being in here with him, so
Yes,
That's our
that's our best
fallback.
holding point.
Are you all ready to see a god battle? God v god?
we'll just sit back here while you go ahead, Seth. Make it fair.
With all the help that Seth gave us in the last combat, you know, we were running around carrying his corpse. It's hard to help less this time. So.
All right.
All right. A boom rocks across the chamber one final time as the hinges creak and the door breaks inward. Mists pour into the chamber, obscuring the doorway completely. As they spill inward, covering the moss, you hear small chittering shrieks begin to pulse through the room as creatures spill inward. First 1 or 2, then 5, 6, 10 come running inward. Humanoid creatures, slimed, like gashes all along their body where you could see where internal organs would be pouring out. Instead, there is ooze and ectoplasm, and they're letting out these chittering little chirps, and they sound very sickly. But as they run in and they trample across the moss, they begin to shriek as they fall downward, and their bodies just sort of melt into the pallid moss. And the first wave is ended. Whew. And for a moment, it is silent. I would like to share the next screen. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, the mists slowly fall away as the Sibriex looms.
Oh, man.
And begins to enter. And this is where we will take our halfway break point.
Oh my god.
So roll your initiatives and put them in the Discord for me. And this will give me a chance to get the combat prepped and get things ready. All right. So the temple chamber has opened up. The Sibriex looms before you. It is hovering over the moss. It is not touching it. It does not seem to be disturbed by it. It looms before you. As it does so, a strange necrotic aura pulses outward from it. You can see it pretty clearly. It's just a dimming and haziness just encircling the creature itself. So, let me get some music rolling. And then Drea, you will be first. So, Drea, you are here.
Okay.
There. And then, of course, we have Kevin's summoned creature here. The remainder of your allies are over here. Some random individuals that remain are here, and then behind you is Teresa Saffron up on the dais.
Okay. One question: is my rune on my hand still prevalent?
It
Like there.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still there.
I would like to take a few steps forward, next, like just a little bit behind Big Kevin.
Okay. It's about
And yes, that is fine. I want to cast Chaos Bolt.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a... oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness.
I hope that's a good one.
The height
yes,
tunes.
It is 17?
17 just hits.
Ooh,
Chaos Bolt warbles its way across the field of battle, slamming into the chest of the Sibriex. Roll me some damage. And tell me what type of damage, please.
Yep.
What was the roll?
17.
Okay.
That is 17 fire damage.
17 fire damage. All right. The Chaos Bolt whips across the chamber, slamming into the center mass of the beast. The flames wick outwards, but they don't seem to do as much as you had hoped they would.
Shit balls.
Ah, damn.
Fire
Well, there's one down,
resistance.
guys.
All right. Is that your turn, Drea?
Yes.
All right. The beast is going to use a legendary action.
Oh,
What a start.
He-
that's not good.
All right. He is going to cast Hold Monster on Big Kevin.
Okay. What do I need to roll?
Let me bring it up really quickly.
You auto-failed. Legendary.
Oh, no.
He can auto succeed, but he can't force an auto fail, I don't think.
Correct. It is a concentration spell. He's casting it at lowest level. Target, so make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Big Kevin has a +1 to wisdom. That is a 10.
All right. Big Kevin is paralyzed.
F and A, Cotton. Oh, I didn't roll his initiative
didn't.
either. Okay. Now I do.
Yeah, get that to me now.
Okay. It's 14. I could have just told you instead of typing it. That would have been faster.
All right. Not too bad.
Big Yoshi.
Okay. BK for Big Kevin.
Big Kev.
All right. So that ends his legendary action. Seth, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action get my How to Heal Omen right in front of the guy.
All right, roll its initiative.
It's
I'll have
a,
you guys just start to roll these initiatives every time, and then if you use it, we've got it. 19?
19.
All right, well, we've already skipped it, so...
That's fine. And as my main action, I am going to cast Catapult with 10 of the spoons, but one of the spoons is the I want to use the one that I had the Pallid Moss on.
You want to send that as well?
Yeah, in the 10.
Okay, cool.
So you need to make check where Dex saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay. All right. 14.
DC's 15.
Okay, he fails.
Okay. So
As spoons whip across the battlefield.
17 bludgeoning damage.
All right. He only takes the 17 bludgeoning damage, but he does appear to take the full damage.
Okay.
However, when the spoons land, and they begin to lacerate and cut through the bulbous, gross flesh. You see it peel back and begin to skitter. You'll recall the first time that you encountered this with the spoons, I described it as sort of a liquid, almost as though it was sitting in a jar atop a speaker with music playing. Mm-hmm. It all sort of skitters backward, revealing inside there is a humanoid figure. He's just skin just stretched and pulled, rotted away from his body. His eyelids just cut away. His eyes are just bulging out of his head, and he looks to be in horrible agony. And you hear him screaming, and his tongue is lolling out, and his eyes are rolling around, and they fix on you, Seth. Okay. And you hear that deep, deep voice. It says,
I will liberate you.
Come get me.
All right. Very well. Perhaps he will. Okay. Is that your turn, Seth?
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Ren, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna launch a fireball, but I want to form the magic of it into a radiant damage instead.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit longer to cast the spell, and I'm kind of forming it and manipulating it before I send it out.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Did you say fireball or firebolt?
Ball.
Okay, so where are you shooting that? Just like up in the air above it, or?
Right in his face.
Okay. It's a 60-foot diameter?
20 foot. 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. So, okay, so it just comes 20 feet outward. Okay, the Hound of Ill Omen will take the hit. So, Scott, I'll need a dexterity save from that as well.
Sure.
Well. All right, he fails.
I failed too. I got 10.
All right, and the fireball that would have been resisted slams into the creature, and instead of fire, you see light wash outward.
This is the best. This is the best roll for a fireball I've ever done.
I think. All right. Well, if
I'm so happy. There's 6 6s and a 5 and a 4.
All right.
Holy balls. You also just killed Scott's dog.
So what was that, like 46 damage?
45 damage.
Close.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Moly.
Let's go, baby!
All right. The light blinds everyone in the room for the barest of moments. And as it subsides, you can't imagine anything would be withstanding it. However, the Sibriex still looms before you, and it will take another legendary action, this time targeting a new source of its ire. Ren. Ren, it is going to cast a spell on you.
Oh
no. Actually, it's not. It is going to squirt bile on you. I need a dexterity saving throw as you see basically the folds and bulbous mounds on the creature sort of like almost like they're pulling in air and then they squish in and just spray bile at you. At a 120-foot range.
20 unnatural.
20 unnatural. You just saved. Whew. All right, you would have taken 35 damage.
Oh my, jeez.
However, as it's spraying towards you, you note that it begins to shake and shimmer as it comes towards the spoons, and it diverges, and you actually take reduced damage from it.
Okay.
All right. So. You only take 8 acid damage.
Okay.
As it has been reduced twice. Okay, that will end its second legendary action. Try and keep me honest on those. He only gets 3.
Oh, I'll keep you honest, baby boy.
Thank you.
I hate legendary actions so much.
Kevin, it is your turn.
Kevin's upset that Big Kevin is paralyzed. And we'll go... Oh, I do have a question. Is the Sibriex having to roll for concentration to keep Kevin held?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's past those.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. The paralysis has ended, but you won't find out until Big Kevin's turn.
Got it. Okay. Well, Kevin will go up and try to trying to mess him up as much as I can. I'm probably running into that aura of ickiness.
What's your movement speed?
The movement speed for a bear is... I picked the best time to snack, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think it's 40.
40 is a bear, yeah.
Okay,
Let me
don't
double
quite
check.
make it to him.
Nope, not that one, this one. Yeah, 40 with 30 climbing.
Okay, you're 10 feet away from him.
Can I reach him? No, my reach is 5 feet. So.
Yeah, just one square away. You're very close, but you're not quite there. Would you like to ready an action to swipe at him, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna swipe him.
Okay. Yeah, just ready that action. If he moves past you, then you can attack him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, that was a good sound.
Thanks.
Okay, some of these individuals are going to have movements. Sigmund runs over to Drea. Not Drea, I'm sorry. Caden runs over. All right, it is the Sibriex's turn. It comes rushing in. Kevin, if you'd like, you can make your attacks.
Do I get one or can I have two?
You can make both.
Okay.
However, if you do so, you may catch his ire as you're passing him.
Got it. Well, I'm gonna take the attack. The first one is a 16 to hit.
Okay. 16 will hit.
It will hit. Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry, 17 to hit. I lied. My bad. I did not mean to excite you there.
Okay. And then a 19 to hit on the swipes.
Okay.
So the bite misses, but the swipes hit.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Do your weapons count as magical attacks yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm assuming a bad thing.
Bad burn.
Oh my gosh. I just dropped the D6 off twice. Okay, so that is 12 damage plus 4. No, 10 damage plus 4. 14 damage for the slash.
All right. You do feel your claws rake against the bile.
Does it matter that I have my spoon affixed to me?
It does not yet, but it is the Sibriex's turn. And great chains come bursting out of its form. It's going to swing one at you.
Bring it.
The chain... all right, so that is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, barely hits.
And it deals 20 piercing damage.
Ow!
However, do you have a spoon affixed?
I do!
All right. It reduces the damage
Heck yeah.
by 10.
Oh, shoot, yeah. Let's go, Kev!
You only take 10 damage.
Fighty
Right.
Kevin strikes again.
However, it then squirts bile on you. I need a... Actually, no, it's going to squirt bile on Ren again because Ren dealt massive damage to him.
Okay.
Ren, I'm sorry, I need another dexterity saving throw as bile squirts out at you.
Please be dexterous. 16.
Okay, unfortunately, you do fail this time. You take 35 acid damage. However, you have the pallid moss affixed to you, correct?
Yes.
You have resistance to the damage you take.
Okay.
Just before the acid washes over you, the moss sings, and some of it splatters away from you. So you take half of 35, rounded down.
Okay.
All right. The next chain attack will miss you, I believe, Kevin, with an 11.
Yes, that misses.
Okay. And another one for a 13.
13,
To
I
hit.
believe, hits, yeah.
Okay. So you'll take another 10 piercing damage instead of the full 20.
Okay. Man,
Alright.
he got 3 chains and a bile. That's rude.
Yeah. And it is his final legendary action.
Jesus.
He will cast another bile spray, this time on Seth. Seth, I need a dexterity saving throw.
All right. 17.
Okay. That is a failure. Unfortunately, you will take 35 damage, acid damage. But if you have the pallid moss on you, you will only take half.
All right.
He's going to move over here. Ren, he's sort of looming before you. He's actually going to move all the way in to range of you.
Okay.
All right. Big Kevin's turn.
Get him, Big Kevin.
Is up. I need to get his paralysis off. Big Kevin moves into position. You can make your attack rolls.
Okay, so how close am I?
As Kevin or as Big Kevin?
Big Kevin.
Big Kevin had to move 10 feet. And he's within 5 feet, so he can attack.
Okay. I wanted to try. Tell me if this is too much. If Kevin was within 15 feet, can he back up 15 feet and then sprint in? Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. So he backed up 15 feet to give himself a running start and then ran in to try and pounce.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work, but I at least wanted to try.
Yeah, he won't be able to knock him over just due to size restrictions for the rules.
Okay. Well, never mind then. I mean, he still does it because he wants to try it, but...
Yeah. And if there's bonus damage, you know.
It's not so much bonus damage, but if it... The idea is that if it's a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone, and if it were to fail, then Big Kevin could take a bonus bite attack as a bonus action. Yeah. So
unfortunately, he won't fall over.
Okay. Well, in that case, then Big Kevin will take his bite and his claw attacks.
Okay.
So 21 to hit on the bite.
Okay. That will hit. Also, Big Kevin needs to take 14 poison damage for starting in that 30-foot area.
Okay. Will do. The bite damage is 20.
Okay.
And
again,
then
you don't think these hits are landing quite as hard as you thought they would.
Okay. And then the claw attack.
Okay.
Is a 19 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
That's a D8 plus 4 slashing damage, and that is an 8 plus 4 is 12 slashing damage.
Okay.
And you said 14 for the acid? For the poison?
Yes, 14 poison damage. Okay. And that's anyone who starts their turn pretty close. I'm sorry, you can make a Constitution saving throw, DC 20.
DC 20. Oh, we made it, 21.
All right.
Got a +3, boy.
You take no damage then.
No damage or half damage?
No damage and you're immune now.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah! Okay, that's pretty cool. Good job, Big Kevin.
Fuck. It is finally your turn.
Ooh-wee. Let me move in towards the creature.
All right, you can just make it close enough. 30 feet right there.
Excellent. All right, I will make my first attack.
Okay.
Ooh, there we go. With a 25 to hit.
Okay. Yes. 25 will hit.
And that'll be 14 piercing damage.
Okay.
I'll pull the war pick out again and stab him.
Okay.
6. That'll be a miss with a 13.
Okay. Still well struck. Okay. Is that your turn?
I know it's not going to move him at all, but since the spoon is on the shield, I'd like to shove as a bonus action.
Sure.
Just to see if it kind of exposes some of that whatever was underneath.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to make an attack roll for that, or?
It'd be a strength contest.
Okay.
For me, that is a 19.
Okay. 7.
Oh.
So you slam the shield into the creature. You see some of the ooze pull back, exposing more of the humanoid figure within. You know to be Solomon Crux, the stargazer. As you do so, more of it pulls away from his face, and you can see it's plugged directly into his brain. However, his eyes, now the pupils, you can see that they're just rings of stars, and his eyes fall down to you, and electricity begins to pump out of him. Solomon Crux's turn.
Can I action surge before that happens?
No, it's
Too late.
the next initiative. Like I went to the next turn. It's
That's
his
fine.
turn now.
It's okay.
You've got it next turn. All right, Solomon Crux. He reaches out and he will point a finger at you. Fuck. Ooh. There's a 26 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
No, 25 still.
Narrowly misses.
You take 16 lightning damage,
Okay.
and then the lightning jumps from you to another character, and I will need Seth. The lightning jumps to you. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Jeez.
18.
All right, you succeed. As the lightning just narrowly zaps the ground right next to you. Okay, and now we will give the Sibriex another legendary action. He turns Drea. He's going to
That
spit
is its
bile
fourth.
at you.
That is its fourth legendary action in this rotation.
Correct. We are at the top of the initiative roll again.
So it's his turn.
No, he just gets
No,
the
he-
legendary action stack.
Yes.
I thought it was at the start of his turn. My bad.
No, it's well. I mean, he did just go as well, but no. Yeah, at the top of the initiative order, he just gets him back.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd have to front load him and drop all three right in a row.
No, I was double checking.
Thank you. He does, however, try and spit bile on you, Drea. I need a DC 20 dexterity saving throw. I think you're muted.
I am. I got a 16. I did not save.
You would take 35 damage, however, that is halved because you are wearing Pallid Moss.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. Drea, it is your turn.
I would like to try and get creative. I'm going to take some of the extra moss that I have, tie it to my longsword if possible.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Flame Blade and throw my sword at him while screaming the words emblazed on my greatsword.
Okay. You may do so.
In Dumai, are you saying them?
I mean, for me, they're infernal.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Make a improvised weapon attack. So it's still just strength mod.
Okay.
As you ignite the blade with fire, and then throw. Is this the long sword though, not your magical sword?
No, I'll throw the magical sword.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
But nat 20.
All right, Drea. All right, we'll see you. Why did this happen when I had less health? So it could be
Get
the
burnt,
most epic
blah boy.
ending. All right. Roll all the damage.
Okay.
Double the roll of dice.
All right.
Roll dice twice.
And typically it would have resistance to the fire damage. However, since the Pallid Moss is attached and your Dumai scream is roaring through it, I will give it vulnerability instead.
Ooh,
Doubling the whole damage.
On top of the crit, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big hit.
Yeet.
Would I double the damage for the flame blade as well?
If it's rolled dice, yes.
Okay.
But then your modifier doesn't get doubled. That's all.
No, that's fine. Okay. That's quite a bit of dice. All right, 1 second.
Mhm.
Wow, okay. So that is... Oh gosh, I'm gonna do math wrong here. It is 32 damage?
All right.
Okay.
The
Yes.
Sibriex is on his last legs.
And then I will summon it back to me, my sword.
Okay. And then the blade sinks right into the side of the Sibriex. You see it hunker down as the moss spreads into it, infecting the ooze, boiling it all over. It shimmers with rage and fury You see Solomon Crux let out a Mortal Kombat scream of terror, and then the blade snaps back into Drea's hand, igniting with fire.
That's super handy.
Okay. And you stay at your position?
Yeah, I'll stay where. Well, I'll move one block forward to him.
Okay. You were out of his range, you're now in it. So your next
That's
turn
fine.
will. Okay. Very good. All right. The Sibriex is going to take a legendary action.
Oh boy.
Bam. You are the source of his greatest ire. I need a dexterity 20 saving throw as he squirts more bile at you.
A squirty blob boy.
So to make up for my nat 20, I just rolled a nat 1.
Whoa.
Universe karma be danged.
Yep.
35 acid damage. However, since you are protected, you take half.
Okay.
Whew. Okay. Seth, it is your turn.
All right. Which one am I?
You are the green elf boy. I need a dexterity, or I'm sorry, a constitution 20 saving throw.
Sure. 20. Yeah. Right.
23?
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. You are immune, so remind me if I ask you for another.
Okay. Move me back like 20 feet. That's good. And I will do same thing. 3 bonus action. Hound of Omen. Next to the guy.
So what did that just teleport him, or?
Oh, he was dead.
Oh, that one died?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back
Bryce
again.
incinerated.
Yeah.
With light.
No regrets.
All right. And I will do the same thing. I'll let the last 10 spoons and launch them. So I need a DC 15 dex save.
All right.
Disadvantage.
In any other
All right.
context, I blast 10 spoons at him. Ha ha!
He will use his legendary resistance to succeed.
Ah.
Does he just take no damage?
Yeah, no damage.
Okay. So this time, as the spoons are catapulting towards him, they basically just like fall to the ground right in front of him, unfortunately.
Okay. And my hound's roll was 15 for.
For initiative?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, he's going during the NPC, so remind me.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to use his third legendary action this turn already, I believe?
This is the third, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's done
And-
1 resistance. I don't know if those reset. I'm keeping track of the legendary crap.
Yeah. No, this is the third. You're good. Yeah, and he's gonna spew bile again. This time down on Thok. Thok, I need a dexterity 20 saving throw.
It's a 12.
All right, you take 35 acid damage. However, it is halved since you are also adorned in the pallid moss.
God, we'd be getting
Okay.
wrecked if we didn't prep for this.
Yes, you would.
Like,
We're still getting beat up, but like that would.
Yeah. Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ren. It is Ren's turn.
Okay. I'm right up in that area, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Who's next to me?
You have Thok to your left, the Hound of Ill-Omen to your right.
Okay. Where's Seth?
Seth is
Towards Teresa.
to your left. Yeah, back and towards your left. He's the green boy.
Okay. I'm gonna turn towards Seth and say, "Sorry, man," and I'm gonna cast Thunder Step and grab Thok's hand and teleport us both to the left side of this battlefield.
Okay. How far?
Like 40 feet, something like that.
Okay, that's 40 right there.
As long as Thok, as long as you're willing.
Just think of it. I'll kind of see you go for it, just be like, just shake my head at it.
Nope.
It's
All right.
okay.
Then I'll just go myself. And it's a Constitution save for Big Boy.
All right.
So, Does that deal damage to anyone else in that area?
10-foot radius.
Okay, so
Me too.
the Hound of Ill Omen, Big Kevin, Thok will all need to make saves as well.
Cool. What?
Constitution.
19.
He's going to use another legendary resistance to succeed.
What is the?
Okay.
What's the DC for?
15. 19 passes.
And it's con.
Yeah.
18.
18.
Okay. So no one takes 18 damage.
Okay. All right, so resistance is all around, but you are out of the fight.
Yep.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, this time. Well, let me back up even further now, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Run away!
Basically.
25 feet, I believe.
I'm chilling right there. That's good.
Okay, cool. All right, Kevin, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try to get him again.
All right, get him. Kevin, you do have to run. That's 5%.
Yeah. Was it within 40?
30 feet.
Yeah. Okay, I can do
yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah, you're in there.
So an 18 to hit with the bite.
That will hit.
Oh, I grabbed Big Kevin's dice. My bad. Let me double check my. And I will also swing with my claws.
Okay.
And that is a unnatural 20 to hit.
Okay. Both will hit.
Okay, so the bite is a D8. Oh, 8 plus 4 is 12, and then the 2d6 for the claws. 6 and 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11. And none of it's magical, but you know, it's not much, but it's honest work.
It's honest work. All right. He is so close to being dead, but he's still alive. Is that your turn, Kevin?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. And this time it is the NPC's turns. Caden runs 10 feet over to Seth, and he whispers, "This is from our sister," and he attacks you.
Shoot!
Damn.
What timing, you prick?
All right, he's going to make 2 longsword attacks against you, Scott. That is a 21 to hit
Yep.
and a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Meets it, beats it. Hit.
Okay. Wait. It's an 11. I looked at it wrong. I thought it was a 9.
All right, well, one
I think
hits.
you're good. Yeah. Okay, you will take, however, 9 slashing damage.
All right.
And he is engaged with you now.
All right.
All right. This will bring us to the Sibriex. Chains come flying out. Thok, you will be taking the brunt of these as you are right there. That will hit. 22 to hit. An unnatural 20 to hit. And a 23 to hit.
Yeah, they all do.
Okay, that would be 60 damage. It will be reduced to 30.
Okay, can I... No, that's fine. Because that'll just activate the racial...
Okay, sure. So you fall down, but then you're restored to 1 health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just stumble for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. And then he's going to squirt bile, this time on Ren off in the corner. Ren, 1 more dexterity saving throw.
Cool. Oh, that's a 5.
Okay, you would take 35 damage. That will be halved.
So half is 16? What, 18? 17.
17, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take a nap on the floor as that bile hits me mid-chest,
All right.
and it hurts a lot.
Okay. Ren is down off in the corner. Okay. That was his 3 attacks and his squirt bile. He has used all 3 of his legendary actions. That will end his turn. It is Big Kevin's turn.
Big Kevin gonna try to get him again.
All right, roll some damage for me, or roll attacks.
$17 for the bite.
That just hits, and you don't need to roll damage because he has 1 hit point left. Big Kevin leaps up into the Sibriex and just starts pulling chunks of bile and blood out as it topples to the ground.
Let's go, Big Kev.
However, Solomon Crux emerges, ripping himself out of the Sibriex. The battle is not yet won.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
You tease. Does
Yeah,
Big
you already
Kevin
made 1 attack.
does
Big
Big
Kevin
Kevin
still has 1 attack.
Let's go, Big Kevin. 16 plus 6. 22.
22 will hit.
I need to double check, make sure that I'm. This one is a D8 plus 4. Six damage.
All right, you will take it.
That's about as low as it can be.
All right, Big Kevin will take 9 lightning damage as electrical feedback surges off of Solomon Crux.
Whoa.
All right, that will bring us to Thok. It is your turn.
Alright, I'm going to bonus action Second Wind and get some health back here.
Okay. Very good, very good.
That's some 9 health back, I'll take it.
Okay.
And I will make my attacks against him
Okay.
with an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, I'm going to use a superiority die to do a trip attack against him.
Okay. He is large. Is that okay?
Let's see. And if it is at most large size, must make a strength saving throw or fall prone.
Okay. Strength save.
Yes. Now I need to put my character sheet on my computer to find what the DC is.
It's an unnatural 20. I think he's good. But it should be just 8 plus proficiency plus your strength modifier.
Yes, correct. Alright, that is 13 piercing damage.
Okay. Very good.
I'll hit him again.
And that is a magical attack, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, 16 to hit.
16 just hits.
Ooh.
As you're, what are you attacking with, like a magical pick?
Yeah, magical war pick.
War pick, yeah. As it sinks into his flesh. However, you do take 9 lightning damage from that first attack.
Back down to 1.
All right. You know that this hit, if you choose to go through with it, will put you back down.
Don't care.
Thok doesn't give up.
We're going with another trip attack too.
Thok don't give a Thok.
All right. Dump it all, my man.
That will. It's not a whole lot of damage, unfortunately. 10 piercing damage, and I need that strength save again.
Okay. Strength save 15.
Beats it. God damn it.
Beats it. Yep, he resists.
Alright.
Any damage?
Yeah, just added the superiority die. I rolled a 1 and a 2 on my d8s.
Okay. Alright, you take another 9 lightning damage.
Down.
Feedback. Alright. Thok is down. Okay. It is Solomon Crux's turn. He fires off some arced lightning. He will target 1 to Big Kevin. Big Kevin, that's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that takes 16 lightning damage, and then that jumps to a second target within 30 feet. Drea, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It is a 14.
Okay. You do not save. You take 13 lightning damage.
Oh.
And Fortunately for everyone, he also takes some lightning damage.
Oh, interesting.
You said that was 13?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. He is bloodied, and that will bring us to... Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that brings us to Drea. It is your turn.
Okie dokie. Crapola. I'm gonna use second wind and action surge right after it.
Okay.
No.
So you will have 2 series of attack actions to take.
Nice.
Because second wind is a bonus action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep.
Restore your health. Are you moving into range with him?
No.
Okay.
Wow. Do I have 2 attacks or 2 actions? You said. Sorry. What?
2 actions, technically.
Okay.
Kind of a rare thing.
I'm gonna use Chaos Bolt. See if that hits.
Okay. Make that attack.
Yeah. 13 to hit?
Unfortunately, that will miss.
Right. Then I will try to use Witch Bolt.
Okay. Is that lightning damage?
Witch Bolt is lightning damage, yes.
Okay.
15.
All right. It would miss, but you see the lightning kind of jolt into him for a moment. And he does not appear to be upset by it. But he doesn't regenerate health, which is a plus. But the lightning just sort of passes through him. All right.
Alrighty.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Seth, your turn.
Okay. I think you also skipped the Hound's turn last.
All right. The Hound can go. Yeah, he was during NPCs.
Okay. I will make. Do you want me to make 2 attacks with it, or just the one now?
Does it have 2 attacks?
No. Are you just giving me the free round?
I'm just giving the Hound of Omen a chance to make 1 attack, or whatever its action entails.
Sure. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay. uh, 5 piercing damage. I need a DC 13 strength save.
5 piercing damage. Okay, unfortunately, this is a 19-21.
That's fine.
But yeah, he saves.
Okay.
Okay.
And for my turn, I'll just turn to Caden and I'll say, time and place. And I will cast a Mind Spike at level 3, so I need a DC 15 Wisdom save, disadvantage.
Why does he have disadvantage?
How the hell is up?
It's not within 5 feet of him, is it?
It just attacked, right?
It attacked Solomon Crux, the
Yeah.
person standing next to.
Yeah, that's what I'm casting it on.
He's not attacking
Oh, you're not
Caden.
casting it on Sergeant Caden.
No.
That's
Sorry.
why he said time and place, because he's like, I'm not doing this right now, man.
Okay. Yeah, so he's gonna fail that.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
21 psychic damage.
Okay, very good.
I like it.
Yeah, he is on his last legs. Is there any other sort of effect, or is it just damage?
I mean, if he disappears, I know where he is. But besides that, that's it.
Okay.
He feels
Very
really
good. Is
bad
that-
about his life choices too.
It's all right. He doesn't have much of a mind, but I didn't include in his stat block whether or not he was so far gone to be immune to magic damage or psychic. Okay, is that your turn then, Seth?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. That will bring us to Ren. I need a death saving throw.
19.
Okay,
Yay,
you
boy.
succeed. 1 success on the mark. Kevin,
Cool.
it is your turn.
Attack him!
All right. Make some attacks.
First,
Scott, your Hound of Ill Omen also took 9 lightning damage.
Oh, okay.
so the first attack is 16 to hit.
Just hits.
Just hits.
Yep. And you take 9 lightning damage.
Okie doke. Is a D8.
Okay.
I forgot what a D8 looked like for a second. 1 plus 5. Okay, that is a 6.
6. All right.
6 bite. And then the claws.
Kevin, how would you like to slay this
Oh,
dog?
yeah. I'm going to bite his big dumb throat.
Okay.
Rip it out with his little bare teeth.
He stands over Thok, lightning crackling, as Kevin bowls into him from the side, rending his way up his chest and clamping his jaws neatly around his rotting throat, ripping his esophagus asunder. Solomon Crux lets out a whimper as he topples to the ground. What would you like to do, Kevin, with your next attack?
Is there more things?
Help. Help.
Technically, no, but sort of yes.
Sort of, yes. Okay, so the Sibriex is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Solomon Crux is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Kate is attacking Seth.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Ren is dying in a corner.
Yeah, I was
Thok is
gonna
dying
say. I was
in
gonna
front
say
of you.
with that, because Thok is down as well, right?
Yeah, but we're staying in initiative until this is resolved.
Okay,
Since
Kevin
we have
will.
death save.
Can I shift out of bear form, and do I have to use an action to stabilize Thok?
You would, so you would have to wait until next turn. Yes.
Okay, so I'll shift out of bear form. Do I see the stuff happening with Seth and Cade, or?
You can make a perception check. It might actually slip past you.
Yeah, Kevin's
you're
not
very
really paid.
you're-
Kevin did not see.
Yeah. Let's just say
Kevin
no
got a
because
4.
okay, you're paying attention to Thok. You think the threats are eliminated.
Okay, yeah, Kevin is for some reason confused why he can't stabilize and is stuck in an initiative rotation when he is busy being a Kevin. But my goals are going to be to stabilize my 2 fallen party members and make them eat a good berry. Actually, make him eat a good berry because he has one on him.
Yeah. You can just stuff it, but it'll take an action.
Yeah.
Seth, you're gonna take 2 hits from a longsword.
Okay.
I rolled high enough. Oh, one's pretty low though. Oh, one's really high. A 1 out of 10, so 11,
Miss.
17 slashing damage. No, both hit. I rolled a 16 and 19 natural.
I am down.
Okay. You see Seth fall to the ground, and Sergeant Caden raises the blade above his head.
Oh shoot!
And you see at the end of his sword, he affixed with the pallid moss the broken skull of his sister. However, he is out of actions. So, next turn, we'll go to Big Kevin. However, Big Kevin has not been commanded to attack.
Did
Sergeant
anybody
Caden.
see anything?
I mean, people definitely see this, but like, you're still in initiative, so as we come through the initiatives, you'll be able to make your choices.
Okay, well then Big Kevin's just riding high off killing the.
Yeah, he's probably like just mulching that Sibriex. Thok, I need a death.
Gross.
Yeah, just like playing in the dirt like a dog.
Fail with a 6.
All right, that's 1 fail.
He'll be back up next turn.
Drea, it is your turn. You probably can see this happening. You have a pretty good angle on it.
Yeah.
Before she doesn't care, no one cares and no one helps. Oh
I've already planned to kill Caden since the beginning of this, so I'm gonna stalk over to him, do a nice flame blade, and attack him.
All right, drop the hammer. Let's see what the attack roll is.
What did Kaden do to you?
Yeah, I'm real curious about. I'm super curious right now.
Spying. He's spying because you inquired about the traitor blade.
Just downed her best friend.
That might be redeeming points. Taking Scott out might have actually scored points with her.
I did 23.
23 will hit.
Yes.
As the traitor blade ignites with the familiar runes Sergeant Caden recognized once upon a time when he tried to take your blade out of the relief hut.
That is...
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, that's not the right one. 13. 16 damage.
Okay. All right, he still stands, but he doesn't look great. I believe you can make another standard attack now?
Yes. And that one will be 15 to hit.
Okay, 15 unfortunately does not hit.
Yikes.
I know, very close. The blade drags. Actually, yeah, the blade does drag across his splint mail, not finding purchase in his flesh.
Okay.
All right, is that your turn, Drea?
That is all I can do.
Okay.
Yes.
Seth, death save, please.
Crit fail.
Ooh.
That is 2 fails.
Two sessions in a row. Scott's on the ground, slowly bleeding, or quickly bleeding out, rapidly ensanguinated.
Ren, I need another death save.
17.
Okay, that's 2 successes. Very good. Kevin, your action is to give Thok a good berry.
Thok is on his first death. Yes. Give him the good berry, and then use my movement to get as close to Ren as possible.
Okay, so you could travel 25 feet. You can you could shift to get an extra 10 feet if you wanted.
Shift just to get there? No, because then I'd have to unshift anyway. So
Yeah.
I'll ready another good berry to give to Ren after this turn.
Okay. Sure. All right.
Kevin
very good.
is completely oblivious to the fight that is continuing to happen. He's just like trying to get everyone back up. Like, we did the thing, we killed the guy, let's go!
It is Sergeant Caden's turn. He drives his blade down into Seth. It is 16 to hit.
Oh yeah.
It is an automatic critical. 2 death fails. Seth, you have been slain.
All right.
Sergeant Caden drives the blade into you and he says, "That's for my sister!"
He didn't even actually kill her. She was just out beyond the gates and he lied about
Just lied! Just lied! That was all he did!
Wow.
As he does this, I would like to make my extra attack for Sentinel.
Ah, yes, you may.
17 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
Okay.
Just hit. Wow.
Oh no, we're gonna have to make new overlays.
15 damage.
15 damage, okay. Drea, is there any words you would like to say as you slay Sergeant Caden?
Nah, I just want to spit on him as he goes down.
Ash, jeez!
Alright, he drives the blade into Seth on the ground. You see his sister's skull sort of lingering over his hands. You drive your blade through the side of his throat, and he falls forward, just coughing blood and splurting it all over Seth. And you just add to it with some spit on his back as you draw the traitor blade back.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Fitting in this case.
Brings us out of initiative.
In that case, Kevin will go over and revive Ren with the good berry.
All right.
And
You may do so.
And then take notice of what just happened.
I'm gonna cure wounds myself.
Okay. You may do so. I'm going to switch the screens.
All right, when ready, when you are.
Okay. Switching now.
I stand up and I just look at the scene. What? Why is Caden dead on top of Seth, who also appears to be dead?
That may have been my fault.
Well, I assume Caden was taking what he thought was vengeance, although somewhat misplaced. But why slay him? I know he sought the traitor blade for some purpose. He had mentioned it.
Yes, the traitor blade. He informed Utrecht when I arrived into the city, I am very sure.
I understand then. I downed the 5 good berries that I had stashed on me from the bolt creation. As I just look at Seth's corpse, just unfazed or uncaring.
Little fruit salad there, just.
The best thing about it is it takes 6 seconds to eat a good berry, so you're just eating them like popcorn.
That's
so crazy. It's actually by the fistful, so it's 36 seconds of chewing still, but it's all at one time.
It's like Big League Chew. I got you.
Oh my god, memories.
All right.
Kevin will go over to Big Kevin and pat him on his haunch, and we'll say, "Good job," and then we'll allow him to dissipate, and then we'll go over to Seth and try to give him a good berry, because Kevin doesn't understand that it's not going to work.
Okay.
So he's like,
Kevin,
"Okay, well, here, come on, get back up again," and just kind of mushes a good berry against his face, and I think nothing happens.
Yeah, you just mush the good berry against his cold, dead lips.
I walk over. No, okay. This one's fine. Well, turns out he wasn't a god after all.
Huh.
Indeed. Well, at least we don't have to join his cult after all.
I don't think we're as sad about this as we're supposed to. As we're meant to be.
Thok was indifferent towards me, and Hayden didn't like him.
All right, what would the party like to do? The city is in turmoil. There are corpses strewn about the room. Well, Seth's.
Well, what do you think? We toss his body into the pool, see if anything happens. I know there was not much water and energy left there, but perhaps it would save him. Or perhaps we stumble across a new companion in our travels.
Let me try to pour some of this water that I collected in his mouth.
Okay.
The water from the Temple of Masks River.
You may do so, but it appears to have no effect.
Gabe?
Yes?
Can Kevin roll a history check to think about maybe the body that was at the... Does anything look familiar now that Seth isn't moving? No?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Can I try and put my blade in his hand? I assume I don't have to roll contesting rolls with the dead body.
No. Yeah, you could try it. I don't know if you would have any luck though. But you can.
Anything there?
No. No, he appears to be completely dead. No soul for Drea to enter.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take. He had a necklace from his mother, right, around him?
He did.
I'll take that for keepsake.
Okay.
And maybe his money.
Are we looting him right now? Are we looting her?
Look. You're gonna throw it into the. I don't know, man.
Okay. Yeah, Drea loots that.
Oh my god.
I mean, gently. I'll take this thing.
Leave no loot behind.
I'd take the good berries if he had any more good berries.
Oh no!
We're not supposed to laugh.
We got a Dungeoneer pack. We got a ring. We got a hat of disguise. I got some fingers. I got all 10.
I want one of those fingers. Give me one of that. No.
Teresa Saffron approaches this appalling scene. I can dispose of his body if you would like me to. Give him a proper
body.
burial, a resting place.
You said he came through here.
Yes.
What has transpired between you?
I was going to initially meet you up at the gala, but I needed the door at the base opened for people to flee deeper into the caverns. I have need of the water there. Fortunately, he also had need, so I sent him in my stead, as I knew it would be very dangerous.
Did he mention anything about the boy, Teff?
I know that he had dealings with the boy, that he was required to give him to someone. I can say no more.
So
I did not pry for his answers.
So he willingly gave the boy.
I do not know how it came to be. I simply let the Dumai do as they do, and I keep my nose clean. Those with two faces must tread lightly. And she begins to pull Seth back into the far cavern.
Seth was a complicated, maybe even misguided man. I think he couldn't see past his own illusions and the places that he lied to himself. And I think you can lie to yourself so much that it becomes your truth.
Well said.
And it got him in the end.
It did. What would the party like to do?
Can I try to drink the water that I collected in my water skin?
You can. Nothing appears to happen from the water skin. You think it's either taking the water out of the pool removes its power, or you can only do this so many times in the day. Because I'm not going to give you guys long rests in a fucking bottle.
That's
It tastes like
you
great
could
water.
if you wanted to.
It tastes like warm diet Sprite and you hate it.
We do need to go to the Inventors Guild. We need to speak with Tatia Mona.
Well, Terrence is right here at least. I'm glad he's okay.
Ah! Hi! Terrence yells from across the room.
Thanks for
Hey,
the
Terrence,
spoons.
Yeah, your spoons came in handy.
I know. I mean, I didn't know that they would, but I know that they did, so thanks. And he actually begins running around the room collecting the spoons that Seth was launching with Catapult.
I'll help him because I also want to go see the Sibriex.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can inspect that shit.
Speaking of looting bodies, can I do like a medicine check on the Sibriex? I just want to like know more about the makeup of this creature.
Make a medicine check. Or, I'm sorry, a nature check.
A medicine check. You stabilize him, and he's fine. No.
Yeah, so nature check to discern about the creature. Survival check to scavenge or break down.
I can only do one, right? So I'll have someone else help with another. I'm doing a 14 for the nature.
I'll help. What do I need to do? What do you need me to roll, Bryce?
Survival for you.
Okay. Excuse me. Uh, 19 for survival.
Okay, what are you
Nice.
attempting to do with your survival check?
Help Ren.
Just
Yep, whatever he says to do is what Kevin's attempting to do. He's just, I'm helping. I'm Kevin.
We'll give advantage then, if you'd like. Kevin can kind of make out the structural aspects of the creature, as oddly as that was worded, and give you advantage on your medicine check.
Okay.
Basically granting you the help action.
He's a big goopy boy. And he tastes like sadness.
So it was 14 for the medicine and 11 for the nature.
Okay. So, well, the medicine check would give you some information about perhaps what parts of the creature gave off the illnesses, where the ectoplasm was kind of oozing out of the bile ducts, I guess. The medicine check, or the nature check, gives you more information about what the creature is made up of. And naturally, it is mostly bile, but it's also a lot of blood and viscera. It looks like it was scavenging the corpses of all the people from Canvas Town, disassembling them, goopifying them, melding them with the ectoplasm, and then forming itself out of them. So the longer it had to go, the larger it would become.
And at the center of it, like, is it like a snowball that just keeps getting bigger, but it's all made of snow, or is there some core that's different?
It's like globes of snow.
Are we dealing with a gumball or a snowball here? It
would be like multiple gumballs put together. Except at the very middle, there was like a capsule where it was all growing out of. Like it was like growth, like fungal growths. And then at the end, Solomon Crux tore his way out when the Sibriex perished. But it wasn't two separate entities.
It was the Sibriex and Solomon together.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell if this thing was causing the illnesses?
You believe that it was causing illness.
Okay.
You do not know if it is the only thing causing illness.
Okay.
Because, as you know, the illnesses came before the Sibriex.
Yeah.
But it definitely was acting as something that was giving off illness.
And it was converting and morphing some of the people that went out to fight it. And the mist, I think, originated from this thing?
It's likely, yes. But not entirely possible that it could have been coming from something else.
Okay.
Can I check Caden's armor to see if it would be a fit for me?
It's splint mail. You may, if that is better than yours.
Yeah, it's about the chain.
All right, yeah. You can just start taking Caden's armor.
Oh my god, I'm turning around. I'm turning the other way.
There are people watching you just like... However, actually make a perception check as you do this, Thok.
5.
Okay. Never mind. you see that people are whispering. You're not sure what they're whispering about as they're watching you.
Okay.
You know, it would just go to waste otherwise. I drop my set of chainmail in its place.
Okay. Very good.
I'm going to go around to any of the people who seem to be hurt around here and healing word them and do any kind of minor magical help that I can.
Okay, yeah. You can lend your assistance to someone.
Can I get some of that?
Yeah, Kevin will go around and give out a couple of berries from the bushel.
Okay, those of you that assist folk, make perception checks for me as well.
Nat 20. Would have been
13.
nice in the fight, but okay.
All right. Bryce, you pick up a couple whispers here and there of, who are they? Where did they come from? They've been here a few days. Kevin, you pick up, those are the heroes of Agrivore. They saved us. They saved us all. We would have died. Just whispers through the crowds. Some people give you thanks. Some people try and hug you or give you small little gifts in return.
Kevin hugs everybody who attempts to hug him, like readily and availably, and he is also wondering who the heroes of Agribor is because he has no idea who they're talking about.
All right. Kevin does not relay this to the party. The end. All right.
No, when I related to the party, he's like, they're talking about some heroes. We might have seen them. They might have come through here earlier.
Okay. All right.
Who all is in the crowd?
There are a couple people that you do note that you've seen before. Obviously, Teresa Saffron has pulled the Drow priestess, has pulled Seth into the back cavern, so she is no longer visible. However, Terrence Stilling is a recognizable face, although he is collecting his spoons with the help of Ren. And there is also Sigmund Ashcroft.
Can I go back to where Teresa was?
Sure.
Or where she went, rather?
Yeah, you can go into the back room.
What is she doing?
She's pulling Seth towards the pool.
I'm just gonna walk up to her and say, "Those with many faces should tread lightly, you say."
I do say this, yes. I have said it to you before, have I not? When you wore a different face.
Perhaps. Why, Teresa, why does Terrorborn guard the temple mask?
He does not guard it so much as hold it hostage. Or he did. He sealed it himself and I could not get in. Until you, all of you came.
Very well.
It once acted as a forge for blades. And her eyes linger on your sword.
Well, what are you going to do with him?
Put him to rest, I think. We will see what comes of it. As much as he was dislikable, he did have a connection to some goddess. At the very least, I could avoid any distasteful outcomes if I give him a proper rest.
Perhaps he's in the void where he wishes to be.
Perhaps.
Good day.
Fate has a funny way of delivering heroes.
Fate does not exist, Teresa. Good day to you.
Good day to you. And she calls out as you leave. She says, "Traitor Blade."
Drea just pauses and then just fucking leaves. She books it.
Okay. Alright. What would the party like to do?
I think we need to rest a moment and then head over to the Inventors Guild. I don't know how things will go with Tatia Mona.
Are we sure the threat to the city is gone?
No. I believe that she may be part of this.
Alright. Sigmund Ashcroft has readied himself around the Sibriex. He's piling pallid moss on it. And he looks like he's about to light it on fire. If you would like to object to this course of action, he just seems to be doing, like, he knows it was bad for it, and he wants to burn this shit.
I object.
Stop him, you can. Okay.
Yeah, the fire didn't do anything, right? It was resistant to fire.
Yeah.
It was, but if you recall, the pallid moss did remove and grant vulnerability.
He
He doesn't necessarily know that by the looks of it. It's like trying to just purge this thing.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't appear. It appears to be just instinct, basically.
Is Ren still gonna interject him?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do the same then.
Okay. So the two of you approach him before he lights on fire.
Yeah. Steady your hand there. This is quite useful. This pallid moss here can protect the city in case something else like this happens. It aided us, and in fact, we might not have lived through this without it.
It might, but it might also bring about the end of this foul creature and all of its contaminants. It's still
Fire?
pulsing.
You say you see the creature pulsing?
The sickness from it.
Indeed. I just don't think the pallid moss does that. You see, it functions off of emotion as a response to the creature. We can use some of it, potentially, to neutralize what's left of the creature. But outside of that, burning this will do us no good.
Well, if you say so, but make a persuasion check. Because he really just wants it to be burned. But he's not against you changing what he uses to burn it with.
Can I try and help with that persuasion and interject a little bit more?
Mm-hmm.
If it helps, I would perhaps try activating the Palademos first. The monster itself protrudes sickness, and the monster was more or less allergic to emotions.
How do you know these things? But very well. If we burn it, then we'll try that. Did you roll it with advantage there, Ren?
Yeah, much better this time. 17.
Okay. He is willing to stop or use less. What would you like to tell him to do?
Use less. Allow us to save a bushel of the moss and go ahead. I understand your hesitance here.
And it's not all of
we don't know if we don't know if any of this can even be created again outside of one special place I know of.
Okay, very well. He looks at Dre and he says, how do you activate this stuff? Are you going to do this?
Feeling emotion. I could give me a second. I'm going to pull out the sword and then just sort of lay on the bed of moss and take a few steps back and just focus.
Okay. What are you focusing on, Drea?
Not anger. Fear?
Okay. This time, as Drea focuses on fear, the runes on the blade pulse purple. And the pallid moss does ignite as it cries in a more shrieking, shrill manner, a little bit grating. And are you like activating like flame blade or something to ignite it?
I want to see if it has any reaction first to just the pure emotion, and then if it doesn't do anything within like 5 seconds, I'll ignite.
Okay, it does. Immediately the ooze begins to pulse and shrivel and dance as though it did as it did when it was living. And it skitters, it tries to move away.
Okay, I'll just set it on fire.
Okay, yeah, as soon as you do,
I don't want it spreading.
Yeah, so the moss lights up. It's like an old school Zelda game when the bosses die at the end. It's just like plump, 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 plump. Just kind of disintegrates as the flames lick their way through it.
Sigmund, do you mind if we lay just an hour in your carts, and then perhaps could you ferry us to the Inventors Guild?
Well, my horses are dead. If you're willing to pull it yourself, you can.
No, that is fine. We could walk, I'm sure.
I'd help you if I could, friend. I'm sorry. You did a great thing for this city today.
No, it was more so everybody else too.
Well, whatever you say, I was here. I'll spread the word. Okay. So the party rests for an hour. You may take a short rest. And then you're going to head to the Inventors Guild? I'm trying to fast track as we're nearing 10 o'clock.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if there's anything you would like to do. I am just going to read the description as you guys travel across the city. If there's anything you want to stop and do or go back and do, let me know. There's, for the first time in 10 sessions, you don't have a ticking clock. Sorry, Seth. You're fucking dead.
Fine.
You're not coming back!
Okay. So, you guys head across the city. As soon as you head out into the courtyard, out in front of the Temple Mask, you can see that the hedge maze has just been trampled through. The fountain in the middle is shattered. The gates behind that, those massive gates that were just bound with iron and chains, they're just blown open. And you can actually see out into the forest beyond. The mists have already begun to clear. You're not entirely sure why, but you do see a gout of black smoke on the horizon, a little bit to the west. And you know that's in the direction of the Inventors Guild. So you head in that direction. You pass by some of those emptied stables, through the streets, the cobblestone streets that are still very much so a ghost town. You see some corpses piled every now and then. Sometimes they're burning, sometimes they're infected, sometimes there's civilians like weeping over someone. People have masks tied around their faces in the vain hopes that it will protect them from whatever contamination or pollution has come from these creatures. But eventually, you do eventually come to the Inventors Guild, and flames lick upward into the now bitter morning sky. It is about morning. You guys were up at the spire at night, and it took about all night for all of these things to transpire. The wards that once protected the Inventors Guild appear to have fallen. The sign demanding clearance blasted and smote to smoking ruin. Some survivors appear to be dazed and standing on the grass out in front of the burning building. You see Brock on a blanket, and Reginald next to him. Some of the other teachers are there as well, and a figure you've never seen before is walking out of the burning building casually toward the street, where an ephemeral blue steed of pure magic awaits him. The man appears to be an Eladrin. He has golden hair, he's a little bit shorter, pointy ears, red eyes, and as he leaves the building, he has a cloth in his hand, and he is rubbing down the barrel of his Lanthonese firearm, a gun that you've never seen before, and he holsters it. He's going to simply walk past the party as he does not know who you are.
You there. What has happened here?
What has happened here? Well, I don't think that's any of your business.
I beg your pardon?
In this guild hall?
Yes, I had a person of import here.
And who might that be?
She went by the name Tatiamona.
Well, if you hurry, you might get a couple words out of her. But I left her quite bloodied. You do realize that she was the one causing all of this chaos, right?
I do, and that is why I wanted to seek her out.
Well, very well. Carry on, go speak with her.
And who are you, before I depart?
My name is Ongrin Lumen.
I'm Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. It is a pleasure to meet you.
What was your business here? Was it to dispatch her?
Yes, indeed. She was my sister. I'm hunting for a lost companion, a young boy named Tef.
Do you know anything of his whereabouts?
I do, actually. You'll find all the information you need in a letter that I have left with the guildmaster here, Reginald.
Is there any way that we could possibly assist you?
Oh, I don't think so. You look like you can barely assist yourselves.
I'm sorry, are you his father?
Oh, no. Tef? Oh, dear no. Well, he is my brother.
Brother?
An extended family of sorts. No blood relation.
Are you also a Jumai?
An interesting question to ask a man. You might have better luck if you take me out for a drink first, sir.
You could always meet us.
He's talking to Thok.
You could meet us at the Golden Skillet if you'd like.
I'm afraid I must ride on. I really would press you to go speak to Tati if you wish to. She is not long for this world.
Well, thank you for saving us the trouble.
You're welcome. If you do choose to follow me, I am following a divination to find Tef. Perhaps we will meet again, but I do believe he is headed toward Gloamlight. If you are interested, however, the missive I have left with this guildmaster might interest the heroes of Agrivorn.
The what now?
In time, you'll all learn.
Yeah.
Again, did you say that you were Tatiamona's sister?
I am her brother, good sir.
Sorry. Didn't mean to assume.
That's okay. Us Aladdin, we're a bit androgynous. Yes, Seth, you're dead.
Curious.
Ren? Oh, go ahead, Doc.
Nothing.
Ren, did you have anything to ask?
Nope. I'm just very confused by this guy.
Yeah. Did anything catch your eye? Anything curious?
Well, he's riding a horse made of blue energy, so that's a little interesting. I mean, it's not the time for like a deep conversation, so maybe our paths will cross again. Angrin, it seems, if anything, you know where to find us. The Gloam Light,
Yes.
it was my home.
Was it? Curious. Or destined, perhaps?
One last thing.
Yes.
Do you know anything of Tereburn's whereabouts?
He does visibly darken at the mention of Tereburn. No, I'm afraid not. Probably trouncing about in some city ruining lives.
That seems to be the case for many of the Jumai. No offense to you.
Well, why do you think I'm cleaning up after them? We're not all bad.
I've had nothing but bad experience so far. I do thank you for this favor.
Well, of course. As long as the taste left in your mouth is a little bit better.
Well, on your way then, and we'll be on ours.
Very well. All right. He approaches his horse, hops up, and takes off.
Into the Inventors Guild.
All right, the building is on fire. You have limited time to get in there, get to the roof, which is on fire in the attic where Tatiamona was, and try and ask her any questions if you'd like to. However, when you come upon the scene, the building is burning. You can hear it all around you. There's smoke billowing inward. Tatiamona is on the ground. She has a gunshot wound that appears to have done more damage than simply the gunshot. And she is basically have a moment to perhaps speak a few words and get a response, but she is definitely fading from this world.
Why the deceit?
I don't know. I tried to shape my destiny at every turn, and I couldn't.
Are you claiming this to all be an accident of some sort?
The only accident is that I exist. I tried to stop this, but I couldn't. And when I forced myself out of the life, they took control of me.
They?
My family.
Who else is?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
She just reaches out a hand as though she's looking at something, but she just grabs your shirt, Thok. Weakly, granted.
Who is in this family?
All of us and none of us. Anyone and no one. We come from above, but we can be anyone first.
Do you mean Dumai?
Yes. No one starts as a Dumai. But please listen to my words. Never trust a Dumai. And the life fades from her eyes. If you attempt to resuscitate her or heal her, she will try to stop you. It appears that she wants to die. You are still welcome to save her. Like, you probably could. You could, she's weak. You could carry her out of the burning building if you wanted.
Black politely declines.
Is Brock outside the building?
Brock is outside, yes.
Okay. That's good.
You guys leaving the burning building?
Kevin, are you here?
Hi.
Kevin, can you help me grab as many books as possible?
Yes. Kevin grabs as many books as possible.
You do so. Text me about that this week, and I will get you some books.
Loot the everything.
All right. Both of you make investigation checks. That's how I'll determine what you grab on your way out.
Bryce, I'm not very helpful right now.
I'm not very helpful either. 10.
I rolled a nat 1.
I'm sorry,
Cool.
Kevin runs out, and instead of books, he misheard you, and he found like a mounted buck head. He grabbed just a buck.
Bucks.
Yeah.
I got the buck!
Ari,
Thanks, Kevin.
You managed to grab 2 armfuls, just like
Okay.
like 8 books maybe.
I'm helping.
Yes, you are. Okay.
Out of the building.
Reginald is reading a letter that appears to have been given to him by the Eladrin. He's kind of mumbling out the words as he reads out loud, as his precious academy burns behind him. And you hear him say something, the cosmic events to the southward rise to the Inventors Guild.
I tap him on the shoulder.
Yes?
I believe that was meant for us, if you don't mind.
Sure. And he holds it up. Do you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it aloud to the remaining party.
Okay. So it says that there have been, it's basically like a field report. Very curious. You don't recognize anything. There's no signature, no seal, no nothing. Just flat envelope and paper with flowing handwriting in ink. It says cosmic events have been happening to the south. We send you, the heroes of Agravorn, word. Your destiny has not ended. The harbinger of doom, known as Kevin, will make the decision for the next calamity. Universes have been appearing in the night sky in the Faroe Peninsula and in Basin Gulch. We are watching.
Well, Kevin, it seems you have a new nickname unbeknownst to me.
My name's Kevin. Also, the Harbinger of Doom.
It seems we all have a new nickname.
Curious.
If you flip the letter over, you see written out, just in hasty scrawl, instead of the nice flowing ink, you see... Shoot, I've misplaced it. It just says, make your decision. You have passed the test.
What were the 2 places again?
Basin Gulch, which is the city on the Faroe Peninsula. That's the capital of the Faroe Peninsula, far to the south.
Mm-hmm.
And this will be a situation where you guys decide what you'd like to do next.
What was the other place?
Well, you know that the Eladrin's heading to your home.
Gloamlight, yeah. Okay.
And Brock has supplied you with some information about Lily being down there, wielding a mysterious crystalline dagger, being influenced by some form of strange creature.
Did you say Gallandrone? Was that a place?
Gloamlight.
No.
Oh, no, yeah, Gloamlight. Galladrin is, however, your home, Kevin.
Yeah.
But no, I did not say that.
Okay.
But I'm
Just
happy you're
checking.
paying attention to things.
Just
yeah,
checking.
looking.
So the options Gloamlight or the Peninsula?
Yeah, I mean, you could tell me you want to go to your home. You can tell me what you'd like to do. You get the feeling that wherever Kevin goes, something will go bump.
Well, Ren, I'm happy to guide you to your home and see what can be done there.
I would like that very much. I felt terrible leaving things as they were, but at the same time knowing I left much of nothing. Everyone had evacuated. At the same time, my friend Lily is down there under some magical effect that I don't know. And this guy, Eladrin, is headed there too.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps we can get closer to recovering Tef, perhaps stopping the spread of this plague.
I do know there's, at least when I left, many magical weapons and resources in the gloam light that we could use to further aid our journey.
Was it the Pharaoh Peninsula?
Hmm.
I remember that.
That is where the two guards you followed were headed, and they said they would wait for you there. And that they were tracking down the cosmic map.
I'll tug on Thok's armor.
Yes. What is it?
Wherever we're going, I just need to let you know that I now remember the time. Remember when I went and I followed the guys with the map, and then I came back and I told you guys that if we went to the Pharaoh Peninsula, that's where the two guards are waiting.
I wonder if their concern is pressing as well. Well, what do you think, Kevin?
I don't know. I just remember they called me some sort of harbinger of doom. I'm a doom
Harbinger.
boy. Yeah.
You bring doom.
You're the Doom Slayer. Is that what you said? Well, it seems that either choice would work. It seems that the concern in Glow might maybe a little bit more pressing, perhaps.
Drea, would you be willing to accompany?
Sure, as long as I get to say goodbye to people in the city. Maybe pick up Gooey Caster.
Yes, I have some affairs to take care of here as well.
You might want to start with your friend here.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
All right.
I like Gooey Caster as a name too. That's a very Kevin-esque name. Gooey Caster.
Luigi's Mansion.
All right. So you guys have a general idea of what you're doing. Have you decided where you're heading next? The Gloamlight, correct?
Yeah.
I have
Seems like it.
heaps to prepare. And of course, as you know, the way I run my games, if I give you a distinct choice, things are going to be happening in the place you neglect. So just be aware of the choices you make.
It's a living world.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So, the party prepares to leave then. You're going to head back to Gloamlight. You go about your business.
We go
talk to the people you need to talk to.
Take a full rest at the
golden
spicy skillet. Yeah, that one.
The spicy.
Sorry, I'm hungry. I want Denny's.
That's okay. So you go, you take a rest, you say your goodbyes. People have been buying you drinks for a while. People are
Kevin
cheering
likes
you.
that. Kevin takes every drink that is offered,
Oh no.
regardless of how many he's already had.
Kevin is hungover for the next 2 days. But the party is recognized everywhere you go. People cheer you on. People know who you are. It seems that Sigmund Ashcroft was no slouch in hailing the deeds of the heroes of Agravorn. And you are enjoying a little bit of renown from that. People recognize you on sight in the streets. And no word has come from the area above. Drea, you do have an opportunity to speak with Amara.
Yep.
And
I'll do that.
Okay, and Gooey Caster rejoins you willingly.
Okay. I will say this much. Wherever Drea is going, or even in the scene while I'm going to see Amara, she is trying to avoid the recognize at every turn. She has like a hood and cloak. She's trying to take back alleys. She's just not for it.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome to do so. Let's say that you don your incognito outlook and you do skirt your way down to the Temple of Mask and you do find Amara. She appears to be very happy to see you. She tries to throw a hug around you when she recognizes you. Caster is still unconscious, or he is dipping in and out of fitful sleep, muttering words under his breath, lying on a blanket. Amara says, "It is so good to see you.
Hello, Amara.
In one piece, no less."
It's sort of, I guess you could call it that.
Yes. Well, I did have some information about that for you.
What happened, Amara? There is so much that I do not remember.
I do not know what happened with the traitor blade to give it that name, but I do know who took it and where they went first if you wish to pick up the trail.
Of course.
Basin Gulch in the Faroe Peninsula. That was the first place that Terrorburn took you. I know that he wielded you. I know he had a goal and a purpose with the blade. He was trying to resurrect a god with the power. I do not know if he succeeded or not.
I don't understand. He should not have been able to wield me, Amara.
He shouldn't. We think it has something to do with the blood I used in the ritual to fuse you with the blade.
What?
It was the blood of a Dumai.
Why would you do this?
Because I trusted the boy, and I did not trust your father. Forgive me, I thought I was saving you. And she looks down in shame.
You should not have bound me to this blade, Amara. I would have rather died for real than been here.
Well, I'm glad you're still alive, but perhaps one day I can fix this. Perhaps we can fix this. Maybe at the end of all of this it will be worth it.
For now, focus on fixing Castor.
I will do my best, I promise.
Can I go over and try to see what if listening to his Castor's little whisperings, like
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. What is that? 20. A natural.
Okay. Always keep a water bottle next to you so you can pretend to drink it and buy time to think of things.
Pro tips.
DM broke.
Oh, it's
That's a quote from somebody.
the other book over here. Gotta go look through this other book.
Drea, you kneel down and listen to Castor's mad ramblings for a moment. Most of it is incoherent, but makes sense. Ramblings about Drea, ramblings about Utrick, ramblings about dying and coming back and dying and coming back and dying and coming back. However, something does slip in there. And it's the boy. He came back and he drew the marks on Drea. And every now and then it slips back into just the standard jargon. And then every now and then it's the boy, the boy. The boy is the key.
Okay. Drea simply sort of sighs after listening and hearing enough of his ramblings and gives him a kiss on the forehead and turns to Amar and says, we are leaving soon. Hopefully to firm away of all this hero business, but into Clumblight. And then who knows where.
Be careful. Whatever you do, wherever you go, people will see that blade, and some will recognize it. Be careful, Drea.
I will. I'll give him our... There's a moment of hesitation when she says, forgive me. And Drea just sort of stands there and contemplates walking away. But she goes over and just hugs her very tightly and then leaves without a word.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before departing?
Can I talk to Victor Atwell?
Sure, yeah. What would you like to... You can find him at the Joint Regiment building. We'll just say this is all sort of happening at the same time, a couple days after the fact.
So, what was the deal with Caden? Was he a spy for Utrick?
Caden, yes. Well, not necessarily a spy.
but he was always willing to trade information for dollars. The Glaciers ran a very tight ship. Thok, you have seen what I wanted you to see in the mountain, yes?
The mask?
No. Terror Burn.
Yes, his illusion was there.
The one that we are hunting to avenge our fallen friends.
I did see him.
Then you know what must be done. Keep following the trail. You have passed the first test.
We're still looking. And that phrase was on a missive to us.
Indeed.
Did you pen it yourself?
No, I did not. But I know the people that did. Trust me. You will find allies in this fight. You have stumbled into something far greater.
Who are these people? What do they want?
They are the Stargazers. I do not know them. I am not of them. But I do know that they fight against the Dumai. Some of them are Dumai.
I met one of them, the Eladrin.
Ah, yes. He may be among their number. Again, I would not trust any of them, but use them for vengeance. They killed too many of us back in Galadrin.
Indeed. Well, is there any other help you can give me?
Do what you must in Gloamlight. I am going to head south to the Faroe Peninsula.
Be careful there in the meantime.
I will do my best. Make sure that you meet me in one piece.
Yes, that fight was a bit harrowing.
It was. But you're a bounty hunter. Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
I know you're waiting to work it in somehow.
You will survive.
Well then, Victor, until next time.
Until then.
All right. Is there anything else anyone would like to do?
I'll get a chat with Brock.
Okay. All right. You can find Brocky's outside of the Inventors Guild, perhaps. They've set up a series of tents. Some people are starting demolition work. He seems to be pretty happy to actually be putting his hands to work, doing something, taking his mind off of everything that's happened.
Brock, it's good to see you're alive through all of this.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, narrowly escaped. You and me both.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm headed back to the Gloamlight with some of the friends that I've met here. A few other things bring us to Gloamlight besides just the fact that it's our home. But I think we might run into Lily down there.
Oh. You might. I think she was going back when I had left her last. She got me as far as she could, but something was pulling her back. She had this crystal, this shard.
Yeah.
Everywhere she went, it seemed like someone was speaking to her, but I never saw anyone.
Okay. That's good information. Do you have anything else that might help us?
Yeah. She kept muttering about how she was going to kill Gilded Frost, and that's why she had to go back to Gloamlight.
Okay.
I don't know what any of this means. But
I think I might know a little more than you, but that's good to know.
She said her master was making her, or was training her in her sleep.
Okay.
It doesn't make much sense, but I did hear a name.
What was it?
It was something, the suffering. It started with a B. Borosan. The suffering.
Borosan. Interesting. Okay. That's a name I do know.
You're full of surprises. Or this is all connected.
Well, I've had to grow up quick, Brock.
Yeah, tell me about it. Ren, before you
Listen,
go,
I think... Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say thanks. I know I'm not the strongest, and I've been more of a burden, but you always pull me out of the fire.
We've got to be there for each other.
Yeah, sure. Some more than others, though. If anyone can save home, it's you.
Not by myself, thankfully, but thanks for the encouragement.
Of course.
So I've talked to the people here. I think you'll be okay, and you'll have a spot rebuilding the Inventors Guild here. Maybe be able to set up a shop and make some weapons or armor.
Yeah, that might be nice. Maybe when you come back, I'll have a store of my own. Brock's burgeoning. I'll think of something with some good alliteration.
I know you will. Okay.
Okay. Good luck, Ren.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone would like to do? And you're heading toward the Gloamlight? And you're all okay to leave the city right now?
After resting adequately at the...
Yeah. We'll say you've rested. We'll handle like logistics of re-equipping and stuff on Discord or something somewhere where it's not game.
Sure.
And if you want to buy things, we can give you some money. You will have a stiff discount from a group known as the Dwellers, which appears to be Sigmund Ashcroft's crime syndicate. So there will be a little bit of an opening for you guys. We'll have a little bit of a market session off stream where you can pick up some magical items, and the government of the city of Agrabahn is grateful to you. We never really worked in meeting these people because of the nature of how fast the plot was moving. So during this stretch of 2 days, you guys have a little bit of opportunity just to do some things I don't really want to handle during game time.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. So does the party, you guys are prepared to leave?
I think so.
Yeah, barring all the merchant transaction stuff, yeah, all good.
Okay. All right. The party gathers in the still sundered courtyard of the Temple Mask. And the city's thrown a parade for you. As you walk out, everyone starts clapping. The heroes of Agrabahn. Mostly people are looking at Drea because they can see that she doesn't have the attention. However, you guys leave the city, misty and smoking in your wake, and head toward Gloamlight, hopefully to save another city, or perhaps condemn it. Find out next time on Of Nuts and Gnats. I'm sorry, I thought of that while prepping. I was like, this is so dorky, I have to do it.
Scene.
That was great.
Okay. However, we are not quite done.
Oh,
Cool.
never mind.
I didn't want to play that.
Unseen.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't worry.
I'm trying to save points for me to when to cut the video.
Yeah.
So not yet.
Teresa Saffron has pulled your body into the back room and dumped it into the bowl of creation. The ectoplasm has begun to melt, and the bowl sinks downward. The silhouette that the party saw once before submerges. The body of Seth is there. You'll recall one time, I think you were just fucking with me, but you threw your character into the bowl of creation.
I did.
And surely enough, I wrote it down, and I said, Seth's body, a reincarnated form of him, is going to plague the party at some point in this campaign. Didn't think it would be this soon. Teresa Saffron casts a spell, and Seth's unblinking eyes snap back open as the bowl of creation sinks downward into the gloaming.
I am
voice.
unending. Every
No.
It is. You are in the other body. Your original body has died. But the other body that was growing from the bowl of creation's power does. But now the bowl cracks. This is not going to happen again. No more jumping into the bowl.
Everyone go and make backup files. We just activated Scott's save file. Good son of a bee.
In the spirit of altered carbon. Anyway, you do hear a voice whisper to you, though, Scott. It is the voice of Shar, and it mixes in almost with the voice of Teresa Saffron. She says, "Those with two faces should tread lightly. You have one more chance, my child, to bring darkness to this plane.
I am forever in your debt.
Descend, find your wings, find your amulet, find the blade, find the furnace. Bring it all together. End the Dumai rule of this planet."
I will do thy bidding.
All right. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Damn.
Okay, there it is. Let me make my descriptor mark. Oh my gosh. I thought you were going to say go find all the stuff that your party stripped off of your dead body. Go find your amulet. All these things that are important that we don't have anymore. Oh my gosh.
Wow.